Forget the down. Pleasure to meet you all.
Hello.
How you doing tonight? All good? Can you name yourselves? That's all right there.
Rob, drummer.
Miguel, guitar.
Simon, singing.
Matt, bass.
So what is the... Forget the down has been going for a long time now. How many years exactly?
16.
Yeah, so
What is the... What is the pivot element that's kept you together this long?
Love of music.
Friendship with Simon,
Yeah.
and quality of the tunes, really. To be honest,
Yeah.
quality of the
And-
music.
yeah.
If it weren't good enough, I wouldn't bother doing it.
I've been in the band about 3.5 years, but I've known the lads for a long time and loved the songs. So.
I mean, years ago you supported the Stereophonics at the Falcon,
They were called Tragic Love Company then, but it was them, yeah. And yeah.
and you know to be fair, they've sort of moved on to bigger things. Why have you been looked over in a way, do you think?
I don't know, you've got to be lucky, haven't you, really? You've got to be in the right place, right time. You've got to be lucky. I don't know.
I think, to be honest, there's been fuck all massive effort to try and get ourselves heard by the right people, to be honest. I think Si's put nearly all his efforts into songwriting and in recording the tunes. And I think with a little bit of effort from all our parts, and if Si had put a bit more effort in that, rather than just a songwriting, which I know is like #1 priority for him, possibly would have had a few little sniffs here and there.
But I mean, the songwriting has to be said is fantastic. All the albums that you've recorded, quality. Where do you get the quality from, and where does that come from? Recording wise.
I like most of them, but I've written a couple of Miguel and they seem to be most people's favourites. So just come out of the tune.
Which
It's all about
ones?
the tune, isn't it? King of the Universe is a lot of people's favourite, and Miguel come out of the riff for the verse.
Nice little blues riff.
A lovely, well, it's lovely, and it was immediate, and it is immediate to people. And then I just sort of put some words to that, and then put sort of the chorus in there, and then we sort of put it together. So, and it's just a lovely, it's a real lovely song, and it's obviously, if you come out, she sounds something nice.
Your songwriting, without answering for you, is a lot more. You can hear Si's influences sometimes, but it's not always so obvious. And he started playing the guitar to write songs.
Which
rather
would be
than
what?
play the guitar to play the guitar, whereas I started playing the guitar because I wanted to play the guitar, not to write songs. Where Si, I think I'm right in saying you started
Absolutely.
playing to write songs, so you've been influenced by certain artists, like songwriters, people who like got bollocks in their music. Whereas I play a lot of guitar because I like guitar players, I like solos or riffs and all that sort of caper. That's why I've not really contributed a huge amount of like songwriting, I think, because I spend most of my time playing the guitar, copying other people. You know what I mean?
I think that adds to the perfect kind of blend.
Yeah, I think that helps, to be honest with you. Because
Songwriting
you'll write a
machine.
lot, the way it works out with your songwriting, you'll come up a lot of times, especially initially, you'll record it on or play it on your acoustic, and say this is the song, and then sometimes you'll have clearly defined parts. That's how you want the melodies, that's how you want the guitar parts. Sometimes it's left to me to come up with bits, and I think that's a good combination. Because there's some bits you've got in your head that are really strong melodies, and there's other bits left to me, so I can put in a few of my influences and my own style.
So,
Yeah.
so songwriting wise, how does the dynamic work in the whole band?
Well,
Si's a dictator.
I
We just-
We all have to follow her out the fucking door.
No, it's not quite that bad. But I say, look, I've done it, I've got a song and let's play it, and it's like that. And I'll go through it with Miguel, and it's like that really. It's I'll come up with a tune.
Without turning into like an arse licking society.
Okay.
I've been in loads of bands over the last 20 odd years. We forget them in this great songs, and I've been a fan as well as lucky enough to play in a band. But I think Simon's got a really good ear for drum parts, because some of the drum parts that are written just fit, and it wouldn't necessarily be what I would have done because I might have thought of it from a different angle. But I wished I would have thought of them. Because
Well, no,
it's just work, the dynamic work.
So you yourself,
perfectly.
Rob, how long have you been in the band yourself?
I think it's about three years.
Feels like
three and a half
fucking
years.
forever.
That's a long time.
Was it hard
Great.
shoes to fill?
Oh.
The ex-drummer?
Yeah.
Well, we're not.
I thought
Brilliant.
so.
It's lovely having him. We've had about 5 drummers,
Yeah.
and Rob is my best, steady, and a good laugh.
Yeah.
He does want to buy a pair of leather gloves. No, he does, which we
It's
from a
reliable.
It's
That's
from
the
a
most.
hand.
You're always
Turn
turn
up
up on
on
time.
time,
don't
that's it. That's all I needed
can't
for the
trump
gig.
for top. He's a great
That's
player.
all
No, he's really he's great, just steady,
to be
play,
here.
and he's
you? Great in the studio as well. Great in the, like live. like all rehearsing fantastic, but in the studio, like no fucking about or no just improvising or going
Yeah.
off and
So
on a
in
whim.
a
Well, it's all
studio
about the song, it's all about
environment
the
now,
song.
you know,
Well-
you'll get on. Any arguments?
No.
I'll get
I mean-
a bit of a bollocking when I fuck stuff up sometimes.
Well, you think Matt's
I
Matt's
don't
new
know.
Matt's new to the band.
Matt's baby.
You've been here what,
Yeah,
a year?
and a bit maybe.
Year
Yeah,
and a bit.
maybe a year now actually.
And guitar player, not playing the
Yeah,
bass
guitar
before.
player.
Just slotted in.
Miguel got me into it on the bass. Yeah, no, it's been great. And I think coming as a newcomer though as well, like I get to pick up all the songs straight away and hear them fresh. And that it sort of surprised me how easily at the right time, at the right place they could have been.
Well, you wouldn't
as
have
big
been
songs
interested,
as
would
any,
you,
know
if
what I
you
mean?
didn't like
And
it?
if I came here and listened to the songs and thought they were a load of crap, I'd
You
have
wouldn't
stopped
bother.
bored and left. So no, really good. Yeah.
The songs are quality. I mean, there's no dispute about that. There's the which ones are personal favourites? If I can choose one of each of you,
Burn It Down.
one favourite song, put you on the spot.
Burn It Down for me.
Sorry?
Giving up the ghost.
Do you not Ghost?
More King of the Universe, I think. It's,
One.
You've got to retire it.
What?
Giving up the ghost.
Give up the Ghost.
King of the Universe or Burn It Down, I'll say King of the Universe.
I think it could be In the Corner.
Great track. Great.
I heard it on the radio many years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought, wow.
What was
There's
that?
a naughty word in that, slipped through the net, didn't it?
I'll delete the C word.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
That's a great song. I mean, there's a climax in that point. I heard it about, I'm not joking, maybe 10 times a day. And you just go, whoa, at that point. Is that what you feel when you play it live? Can you see that in the audience? Or do you look down at the guitar? Do you sing? How do you visualise it when you see the crowd behind, in front of you?
We went for a bit recently when we did play it, didn't we? We did play it in the studio
Right.
gigs. But,
I love it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's a rocker, isn't it?
I think that's that the way it built. When I'm playing, I hear the songs as well as I'm playing them. I hear the records or CDs or MP3s for the younger audience.
On mini discs.
Yeah.
But no, I hear the songs as I'm playing them. That's the way I've always practiced and learnt the guitar. I hear it, I try and play it and perfect it as much as I can. But when I'm playing out, I fucking hear the power on the record, and that's how I feel it when I'm playing it. You can feel it building, and that's great. I think that's fairly indicative of the sort of dynamic Simon likes, or some of the influences, which he'll probably tell you. But it's like,
Yeah, what are the influences
well,
of
for
the
me,
band?
if I was to just listen to Simon, I wouldn't be able to say that's that or it's a bit like that, because
No, personally,
don't
as a
come from the
guitarist,
same-
what are your influences?
Well, me,
Yeah.
it's a lot more blues and rock, like 70s sort of dad rock, classic rock, like B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Neil Young, Joe Satriani, etc., etc. But that's far removed from what's side, but I can stick in quite a lot of stuff that I like, and some of the stuff calls for a bit of technique. But if I listen to Psy stuff, I wouldn't be able to say it's one band or two, but as I've got to know Psy and listen to some music, you can hear it, like the Pixie sort of stuff, where it's a bit quiet, a little bit louder, all that caper, some of the Godfather stuff, the Jam stuff. They're still quite poppy, some of, and poppy's obviously a dirty word sometimes, but sort of stuff you listen to, the late 70s, early 80s, sort of
Yeah.
British poppy, punky stuff, I think is really what pretty much dictates your influences, I'd imagine, with a few others thrown in for good measure.
Yeah, definitely would be Smiths. I mean, we've got the Smiths there, the Pistols, all that stuff. And Pete Wiley, you know, he was my hero as a kid. But my favourite band would definitely be the Pixies by a mile.
Yeah. And does that translate into your the
Oh,
songwriting?
as Miguel says with regard to Quiet Loud thing, you know what I mean? Because they were the first to sort of do that. So Giving Up the Ghost is sort of quiet, and then it steamed in, which loads of bands did
Sorry,
afterwards.
Giving Up the
There's a bit of that in the corner.
Yeah, Giving Up the Ghost, you know, there's that sort of, the Pixies were sort of experts at well, they the ones who I think did it, introduced it really, where it was a quiet verse and then sort of tore into a loud chorus, which we sort of take for granted now, but they were the ones who sort of did that. So there's definitely something like Giving Up the Ghost is that. And there are other songs, but as Miguel said, there's just real good British
Songs.
well, even though that's ironic, yeah, they're American, but it would be. We don't sound like the Pixies, I don't think. Some of the
No.
guitar parts do, but it's very British, and that is something that
I mean,
I've always wanted.
What if you had to sort of classify yourselves? Where would your sound come from, Duran?
That's difficult. I would say it's British punk pop. That's like late 70s, early 80s, that sort of sound. I mean, to be honest with you, a different Animal live than in the studio. If you
Yeah.
listen to the records, because you like an overdub and you like things to be to rock. I mean, I like to have things perfect as best I can, but I think live, because we're stripped down a bit, we get a slightly different sound. But what we do in the studio, I think, augments it and not adds to it rather than detract from the sound. It's still like got bollocks, I think. The studio.
You've got sort of songs. Sorry.
Yeah, go on. Are you probably going to answer
No.
the question that I was going to sort of say?
Right, you've got sort of tracks that sort of translate live, and some that are studio sort of sounding. They say, goodness, you're like Out of Bounds. It's a live track, isn't it?
Yeah.
Massive live one. Studio, you can hear it at home and it's fantastic. But live, it's a killer. What's the best one to play live? For you?
I like it.
Personal
Cool,
favourites.
that's great.
Giving Up the Ghost is great because people react, they know the song. It's one we've been playing for ages and it's got that poppy sort of feel to it. And it's got their highs and lows so that people can bounce along with
It's
it.
a good tune, you know what I mean? It's a simple
good song,
four-chord
yeah.
sort of thing all the way
You've
through,
got
pretty
it's
much.
the fifth one in there, isn't it?
There is a fifth one, and there is a sort of slightly late, but it's pretty much a four-chord trick.
And
I think
it's got a little bit of feedback.
Yeah, feedback.
If you want it, it's like edge type influence.
But in a corner, I mean, if you like these sort of gigs we do, you've got to grab people by the throat and just not let them go.
Burn It Down.
And I think that just
Burn
gets
It
straight
Down
in
is
there.
great.
And when we started the instrumental, the two were going one. They're all good.
Yeah.
And the fact there's no singing is nice. You know what I mean? There's not that many instrumentals really.
Well, quite a lot of people
I love
commented.
an instrumental.
Quite a lot of people have commented to me after gigs and they think that's really brave. It's really kind of professional to start off with the instrumental. To us, it just seems like the perfect
It's nice.
intro to the gig.
Because in the recording stages, you know, there's a lot of orchestration as well.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, you talk about, because when we're talking about where we're coming from, what sort of sound it is, punk, we've done loads of chilled out stuff, you know what I mean, and acoustic sort of stuff.
Ballerina,
probably,
fantastic little tune. Love that.
I mean, that's just like, obviously strings and a piano and that, and again, another instrumental, but...
So where's that from? What's the meaning behind that song?
Nothing, I just sort of, I got a lovely little tune on the guitar, and I always knew
You must
that
have thought
it wouldn't
something.
be. Well, no, I played it, but I thought this shouldn't be a guitar playing, it should be a piano. You heard that song?
No.
All right.
Fucking
And I always thought that sounds really light, and it was exactly as I sort of imagined it would be.
He's
And
getting
it
the
was,
best songs for some
And, yeah.
Very side
I
project.
mean, you heard it, and it is just, and it is. I imagined a ballerina sort of dancing to it. It sounds odd.
All right.
A woman looking back. Yeah, go on.
Brighton.
Good stuff. Listen, we've got to draw it to a bit of a close now. If you had
Is that
to,
it?
for some people, we can keep on going.
We've been 15
Don't
years
worry.
and our first fucking interview.
18 minutes.
You've got a
I don't
minute-
know.
minute
No,
a year.
we can keep going. But for a second, for someone that hasn't seen Forget the Down ever, and they were looking into getting a few tunes, what would you suggest? Top 3.
Well, it depends what sort of mood you're in. And again, we do some. I love the man.
Yeah, but someone who's never
But someone that's never heard of you, like a lot of
King
King
of
of
the
the
Universe,
fans would have never heard
Burn
of you.
It Down
Burn It Down.
and Giving Up the Ghost.
Yeah.
You could throw it. It's
that's
too,
No,
nice.
each,
it's
each
too
whatever
late.
you
We
want.
never play that. As a
No.
record, it's great.
It's too late for me as a classic. I'll listen to it for pleasure.
We never
I'm not
play
like
that
that.
'cause we can't get it live.
It's too. It'd have to be right stripped down, or we'd have to have
Or a bit
another.
more hard work.
Yeah.
3 hours
I
of
don't
it,
think-
literally.
Well,
Yeah,
we'd have to have another
fucking
couple of
record.
musicians come in and help us if we really wanted it to sound to do it justice.
The last one on Berry Street with that great guitar intro.
Don't know what that is.
Mrs. Likes.
Which one's that?
Oh, fucking hell, so long.
Oh, no. Yeah, you got it.
That's a
There's
tremendous
just too
tune.
many, you know. There's so many that I do.
I mean, yourself, you're like, you know, coming in the band a little bit, sort of, right, about how many years, sorry?
3 years.
3 years.
Three and a half.
What are your personal favourites?
Yeah, you got It's Too Late, King of the Universe.
Well, up and down. You like that one?
Up
didn't
and
you,
d-
Rob?
up and down,
You
yeah,
sent me
yeah.
a little text every
Up and
day.
down.
Yeah.
Bring almost
Oh,
brings a
right,
lump.
the Gelly code like that.
And yourself?
My faves are, I'd say, Burn It Down, King of the Universe, and then because I recorded it as well, I really like jazz or.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
compromise.
that's
Yeah,
a nice song.
we refer to it
That's
as
a
jazz.
lovely
It's
song.
quite a jazzy little
That's
tune.
a lovely
It
song.
sounds
That's
jazzy, but we
nice.
don't.
See, that's one of the things that I don't think we could probably. That's one that really is a proper studio song to get the full benefit because it's got your backing and it's got a lovely production and keyboard on it in the background. But I think that's a lovely record. If you heard that, it's a great record.
And it shows the contrast as well, doesn't it, between like the big loud songs. and
Yeah,
the
I mean,
nice
when you're
bouncy
playing,
tune.
when you're doing a gig, you've got to do the rocky. You know, we have we do play that live, but you've got to do the. Sorry.
No, speak
Oh
up.
right, sorry. when you do the like the Camden, you know, it's got to be. Well, you know, I mean, you got half an hour. And it's crap.
Yeah, you got
Really, you've got to knock
grab
it
them,
out quick.
keep them there.
And just
Yeah,
get
and everyone
them out
else
of-
is playing like bedwetter music, skinny jeans, wet bedwetters.
Yeah, we
I
don't
like
play
what's
skinny
about
jeans.
your
It's
guitar.
it's
No, I don't know.
It's you've got a sort of harsh, heavy sound, but yet it's quite clinical and it cuts through. How do you get it? I mean,
Well, this is a new guitar. I've got my stockbroker's guitar there, the PRS. And most of the stuff we record is on a Les Paul. But I think technically, if you want to know about guitar playing, when I first started, I started late and I approached it from a technical point of view, so I learned a bit of technique. But then as I developed into it, I started playing a lot of like Neil Young stuff and AC/DC. And it's a lot more digging in and a lot of blues, B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, it's a lot of digging in. So although I'm not like mental with the technique, I've got a good, reasonable like base with the technique. But I've got also, I play like players who play with limited technique really, just dig in and make a fucking
I
sound.
think Miguel plays himself down a lot there. He's a fantastic guitar, and I don't think there's anything he can't do. I often say when he can do that, and he's fantastic. He can do anything. But the ironic thing is that the songs that he has sort of co-written or whatever have been really light tunes, haven't they?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Which you'd
I think it's because
could be real
I'm mucking
riffing.
around at home, it'll be on the acoustic.
Yeah.
So I come up with little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I can nick from here, nick from there, about anyone knows it. About Negrita, we haven't recorded Negrita.
Yeah,
you're going to do a cover of Negrita?
No, we
I've
call
nicked-
it.
I've nicked
There's a riff. There's a riff
Ah.
that's sort of borrowed. Well, borrowed.
It's
Similar. It's not the same, and it's when we always call it
inspired by.
But
Everyone is. Don't worry.
say one of it, Up and Down, song called Up and Down, which is just really lovely. It is pure taste. And lovely, and so that if someone's in a chilled out mood, that'd be beautiful. It's a real nice arrangement. It come out lovely, and we couldn't do that. We'd struggle to do that live without
Not
a
a
decent,
chance.
without a real
You'd have to have a
full
proper
piece if you wanted to
ensemble.
do it justice. So, but it's real nice. It's nice to do stuff like that in the studio, and then sort of leave it and do the others. You know what I mean? You can do a lot more in the studio without sort of overproducing stuff. 'Cause I don't think it's overproduced. It's just got there's a cello in there.
But the
there's a real nice
production
piano.
on the stuff that you recorded is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who
Yeah, but you can say
producing this
that
stuff?
you know you can say that we work with a real good engineer. And he's a top bloke in Berry Street, but we've put all the parts, the stuff we've
Because
come
we
up
ain't
with.
got, because we ain't got loads of money or size like funded a fair lump of the recording time, or we've all chipped in, however it's worked out. Because we ain't got ages in the studio, like some of them have been recorded, not live, but as close to live as we can, and we've done a few overdubs. Others have been built up over time on digital recorders at home,
Well,
and
yeah.
then drums in the studio, and then Si spent a load of time with the engineer mixing, and
Miguel was away for
Nice,
2 years in Italy, and that's when
he
most of
spent
Berry
loads
Street
of
met.
time didn't
Oh
he,
man,
mixing them.
yeah,
and
it done my head in it because I did it wrong. It sounded great in the end and everything, but I think we've been better off doing finishing 2 songs, 3, 4. But it was like almost a 20-song sort of project.
What did it feel like coming back into the band?
Well,
after that split?
never really officially left.
You never left.
No, but
I mean, Si, you sent me CDs with new songs you recorded, so I was
Yeah.
practicing them when I was abroad. And I think
And he'd
pretty
come back.
much as soon as I come back, it was bang straight into
Yeah,
what they're
and
fucking
if
about.
he was on holiday or something and we needed a part done in the studio.
I think you only had one bloke record something when I went here.
Bob. It was only well, we did. Yeah. Yeah. that
Or
was
who?
it. Bob Brown.
going forward,
Bobby Brown.
forget the down. Are we talking about sort of downloading singles? Like you got a single. What is the plan now?
Well,
Sort of-
we
Hello.
want.
Can you
This is
offer
part.
some-
This is part of the reason I think.
For
why
music
the
news
others-
fans,
Well, this is part
is
of the
there
reason.
going to be some downloads?
Yeah,
to-
yeah, yeah,
to
they
get
can
them
have
on?
That's the
Don't have to
plan.
buy it.
What
We
we
want
want to
people to
do,
hear it.
the key with us, I think, we've been playing ages, we've all got jobs and all the rest of
Yeah.
it, and time is precious. But we spent an absolute age, Simon in particular, writing me with him, and these lads now, I think the key for us is getting heard, and then people can make their own mind up.
That'd be the
I don't think any of us think we've got a pot of gold at the fucking end of the garden. But
Yeah.
what we want to do is let people hear the tunes, make their mind up. If they think we're great, brilliant. It's like all subjective. But I think if people hear us, there'll be a massive audience of people who like that sort of music. I think, do you know what? I like to see them live. I like to buy the records.
Where can someone
Well,
go to get download a track?
Well,
Music
ma-
news?
Well, that's what we'll be
Music
working
news.
on for the future.
We're hoping there'll be some free downloads on there with some. I don't know.
We'll stick it
It's
underneath
on
this
my
interview anyway.
Watch this space, because what I'd like to see, if we could maybe do a free single download, maybe one a month. There's enough tunes and fantastic tunes, really well recorded, that you don't need to revisit or tweak to release a single download every month for like the next probably how many years. And that's what most bands haven't got.
10 years.
Get it down to be going on for so long, it's all there.
Yeah,
And it's just, as Miguel said, I think the ultimate thing is just to get the songs heard by as many people as possible, and then that's it.
Yeah, I mean, the
Whatever,
thing's quick.
sell
Are
out
you
it.
and Harry at finishes? Have you got a... Is that
No, no, not at all. It's all about.
No, the thing is, the bottom line is, Miguel said there, it'd be lovely, we've been at it long enough, and we do love it. We generally do it because we're friends, and we love it, and we believe in it. And that sounds corny, but we believe in the music, and I still believe there'll be some sort of joy. We've all got jobs, we do our stuff, and because of the music, it's not our full time. There's a love of it still, you know what I mean? We never, sometimes we come to rehearsal, it's like, Miguel might have had a bad day, one of us might have bad, it's like a bit of a... dreadful.
But don't
And we
forget-
might, but it's sorry, Rob, but we still, once we start playing, it sort of, the tension eases, and we love playing, you know what I mean? It would be nice to play some more, do some more new tunes, and, you know, just to, you go on, sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry. Is Simon the dictator in the band or not?
More at least the leader.
I would say dictator, but I think he feels there's some bits he feels very strongly about. Because I'm reasonable on the guitar, right? And sometimes I have some ideas. Sometimes I've got fuck all ideas. So I say there's the chords, and I just bang through it fine. Sometimes I think, well, that'll work, and sometimes Si lets it go. Other times he's got very clean. Same with the drums, and it's the same with the bass. He's got very clear. Same with the strings and the pianos. I wouldn't hear it because I'd just concentrate on the guitar playing. But he's got very clear ideas, and if you've got a conflicting one, I'm not saying it's an argument because it never is an argument. But at the end of the day, it's the respect for the songs. Like Si's got it clear in his head. That's it. It's like Brian Clough. You disagree with him, you take your side, and you both agree he was right all along. So even silly things like on one or two songs, like I was talking to you last week about Down at the end. I said it should repeat 4 times for the solo, just because in most songs when you're playing a guitar and there's a solo, it's almost like an even number of bars where you're playing, whereas there it is, but it drops out like 12 bars, not 16. And for me, in my little guitar-centric brain, it needs a bit more precise, clear. No, that's what it is. It works. You know what I mean? And that's fine with me. So it pushes me to play things and make sure I arrive in the right part. So it's good.
Cool.
It's
Right,
challenging.
we're going to close the interview now, but on the last sort of little gambit, can I have a little word of each of you of what Forget the Down means to you? Starting from Rob.
So me. What does it mean to me? Well, I've been in a lot of
No,
bands
just
for the
not,
last few years.
also,
and-
not even what it means, sorry. Just something to say to Music News.
Well, I think
From
I think
yourself,
Forget the Down.
personally.
I've been lucky enough to have been a fan of the songs. I listen to the songs for pleasure, even with songs that existed way before I was in the band, and I'll continue to do so. And they're honest songs. They're real. Band's not trying to be anything it isn't, and they're fucking quality songs. And the song musicianship and the songwriting is getting better. And this is the shit I want to be on.
Did he say one word?
Was it one word? Great.
No.
Bloody great.
Just, it's just to Music News. To viewers.
That's what it means to me.
Gelly?
Well, for me personally, it's the chance to play music and express myself in that way, which is fucking brilliant. That not everyone gets the opportunity to do. So playing the instrument for myself is tremendous. Having the opportunity to play with my mates is fantastic, and thirdly, having the opportunity to play and record what I think are great songs. So I'm going to be a discerning cunt from time to time. I think it's a great opportunity, and I think if people saw us live, heard the songs, I think anyone who is a little bit discerning and likes music with bollocks, with soul, with honesty, and it moves you, then I think there's a lot there what we've done for them, to be honest with you. I think they've got some great tunes.
So, Bert. Sorry?
Yeah, for me, without it, my life would be a much emptier place, you know what I mean? And I love doing it, you know what I mean? From my 20s, what I've done without the guitar or playing, and couldn't have done it without, Migueli, been in just a couple of months less than me, if you like. Rob, brilliant, and obviously Matt Snew, I think a Boovie, obviously moved to Australia and everything, but all part of it, and it was a dream, you know what I mean? It's a dream to sort of form a band and do songs and all that, and these boys have helped me fulfil it, you know what I mean? And
I actually wanted to say earlier on, Forget the Down is almost like Iron Maiden. Steam's almost like a vehicle. People change, the songs are always there, but it keeps on a track and it's always there. Is that the way you think of it?
I love playing, but I'd love for these boys, as more than me, to have a bit of joy for us to just, for other people to hear it. And we were saying about it, I couldn't care less about making a load of money or anything like that. We aren't going to make it. We've put loads of money into it over the years. It's not about that. It's about just, what it does for soul, if you like. You know what I mean? More than anything. And we've got jobs, we do our jobs, and that's why we keep this at a place which is really always makes it special and not a chore.
Release,
Yeah, but I'd love the dream, the hope would be for other people to hear it, and as Miguel said, make their mind up on it, but give them that chance to hear it, and we've never really had that. Apart from my friends and the odd person who, when it's appeared on the radio, Gary Crowley once or twice, or Guitar Mag. I mean, it's appeared in the Guitar magazine, one of the tunes once. We got letters, you know, stuff like that. It's blinding, you know what I mean? But it was only heard a little bit. But that'd be the way to do it. And we've always been
Just want to be
crap
heard,
at
don't
that.
we?
You know what I mean? We've always, yeah, as Miguel said, we've put that. It's sort of been an Achilles heel, really.
I think we know deep down in the heart of hearts that the songs that we hear on the radio, they're no better than what Forget the Down have been doing for the last few years, and will continue to do.
Oh, that's totally right.
Yes.
Matt?
That's
Me, it's opportunity to clear my head every week and play some loud, amazing music for my mates. Great songs, honestly written. Give a 1,000,000% when we play live, and intensity. It'll be the one word I'll describe it, and people need to hear them.
Yeah, we mean it. You know what I mean? We have a laugh. Yeah, lovely, Matt. We have a laugh and a great fun and everything, but we mean it. You know what I mean? We want it to sound as professional as possible. I'll just put it. Someone was saying about. I saw the Undertones the other week. They're playing, and their bloke was saying about how they supported the Clash, and they said that they couldn't believe how professional the Clash were. You know what I mean? They said rock and roll, and they knew they had to really tighten it up. You know how sort of professional it was. So yeah, you want it to be rock and roll and all that, but you want it to sound good, and you want it to make it as tight as possible and as good as you can make it. You know what I mean? The best it can be, really. So yeah, you know.
Well, superb. Thanks a lot for the interview.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, mate.
Good luck and thanks a lot.
Lovely stuff.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's done.